ni ehia wo na ehia me ni ebema oman no ya na montuo baby aye kono se ye tena be se ye bose ye boye ho abaso ka se o baby aye duru ye kwani ye sada so na se ye chia so a e bose ye tumi tene na nipa no ye se ne ye wo twasa wonim se na chia nti e toda wo se Ghana ni me se Ghana ni ene ye kambo mu na che se ye tumi aboa ma wo man no ni ye die no atumi akwa animu eti na so abusia se ya ba ye wo bika ya ye be kam watibie ne wosa wodi wani hweso obehwe ni nyina yedam live wo Facebook etu kwa hono mo Adom 106.3 FM ubetumi ahwe wonum dwumadi ayede brewu wadwenche no fa bi twu hono mo no wa like no wa share uko YouTube so a yedam sa Adom 106.3 FM no a na bushia nani yede bɛn no wunim se enra mampani na nadodan kwakufu ado ene ye toso mako edunsia efribra coronavirus yi niti wo mayimo ebra no nsem abode to Ghana fo animu ene follow Ghanaian senra so ebi baaye na nyame ya domu a ne nsem abode to dwana mayahu se ene ye wiem hyegina bia kotoka wiem hyegina bia sabre bosomi aye besimu ya no ne da ye tosom ye nukro na ye biatum eti woni aye krado abo pese edwadie na wo firi Ghana akwa akodidwo wonum so pese oba Ghana mayimo no woni ye bob na se ye hia ne ma wose ye koye eti mpanifo mie mampani so wanya bie na emo manye se ye biato wo kwa wo so de ya chidas ya bra no ma kura so sami so mi kobi enie magua kwa mu hyehyɛ ye kamo ye wose budi so eti ese die sa akwantuo no se onipa kro wo firi baabi na bebo se wo firi Ghana na eko akwantuo na kane na nka wo de okɔ no waje ovisa wo wia baabi abeda no wapɛ no aka mu sese no se wo ye wadwe so betu kwanya niema abeka ho na dɔso Ghana ha se mpanimfo kyemo se wo ba COVID-19 test no eye wo ba no wo kro no ena wo se wutua ho ka $150 wo se wutua eti ese wo mmoa wo ho pa ni ade bi amuhia se wo koye anya Ghana nko other countries so wo ne wogye se wo amwo amuhie wo hwe ya beka kwa mu eno no danchen bi se ne yensan twefo kwa probo e wo mayi kotoka wiem hyegina bie no na chese otumi se enhyehye ye wo se mpanimfo yo no na oguso dendende na chese oguso ye na abusia numu nsam de wiem hye de no ye ne aso ye hwe mayi wiem hye stotoye so ye ne mpanimfo besi adwa enche kora ye de wo bebe fie ha na mpanimfo so ebo so oboa ye so no ya hwese edie nti ena wo mayi kotoka wiem hyegina bia ye bie no nanso wo ba o mayi ahye so boda form de no a mampani se da bi ende ya tuma no ye bekɔ wachire na neidi adesua mu na yesie ye hwa adesua evisa empanimfo di kama yenya nente yese ye tu agina tukuo bi abonum behwe na se ye bebie school no a reopening of schools no sa committee na hwese wonne ma bekoso echi committee na dwuma no aboye no enu sunsunsanso na nnura mampani na nadodan kwakufu ado wode betu dwa ana senura mampani information advice wonya free he ensem wode tu dwa no ezese wutie nipa bi abonu mu akwada fa de hyiamu a ni ebi kan se decision no mampani teki ye no enhyehyɛ ye abeto wono mo se enkwada wonu mu ewo junior high school ani senior high school from 2 for no ayese wo besa ko school na 10 weeks wakwa kosua de no wasa kofie no wodwene ho antiase bi anim enti no enhyehyɛ ye ben na mpanimfo eyeye eniema ben wodi gu akwan mu anti wo mutumi arrive at a decision say wo se from 2 for junior high school ni senior high school for no na ekro enkwada aka wontena fi enhyehyɛ ye no eba beboa na busua enne ba bia ye pese ye de ye ni hwepa private schools ewom private schools ewom efise ye ka hweyi wo tifie mimi tifie wo bi woni ba bia na sem wo beka ne se wo bia ni private schools wono na wo pe ni sikadie ene wo bia school eti saba ne se taw bia bate se coronavirus ye yi ni ti na se ne aban se woni a wo aban schools mi yetua wo ka o mo so hwe na o mo work so mo tuom kabisia enkosa maka afidie hwa ka se Adru bribia headmasters adida suku anu tumi frɛ wo mo si yehia ACDs mo amwa ye ne a ye ho kire yen enti ye ka say suku no ye mie ye bie kura ye form 2 for JHS any senior high school any ye bie no private schools se wo mu no enhyehyɛ ye ben na ye de hwɛ se private schools no betumi agina wona so efiri sabri ekosi nesi no ayese ye bebie school no enhye ye egu akwan mu ne sen minim ye sempanifo kan ye ene woni a wo hwe na bosian kakra bode ama no wom ka so na ye behwe private schools ni ye be ma obi ekosi sen abusua ene ye bekom na ya hwe etimi ka sei ye wo pani ba ko no adesua mu onimu papa wo fi ase ene ye wo private schools so the whole Ghana private schools wo hanyinada wonu mu pani ba ko ya chese wodi wanimu pani na wodi wanimu Ura Enoch Jetua, Executive Secretary, National Council for Private Schools, and Abushio Wofia saying, and Ura Kovia Sare so Education Watch Africa, Executive Secretary ya Bodano no. Yanim penfo betwetwe nkomo na ene yani awofo so betwetwe nkomo PTA ne woni e ka ho nyina no e wo se ye hu se sa decision no ampenfo ateki no ebebo anasa mo vise parents ne de na ebi so de o mo kan sem de bie kura memfa mba ne nko ye bie kura memfa mba ne nko die na ye hu ye die nti ena dodo na ehwe se wode wo mabeko abusua ena adusuamu ene ye wo e wo bani ni sudwumadie so nti ba bia wo bia no mampani nsem ode tu dwa no ye befa no maako ene ye gina adusuamu enche ye besa akọ na ye boda ahodo no so no ehyehyɛ ye boho ni wiem hyɛ no so eno so ye de beba kire enti nne ye hwa adusuamu e wo mampani nsem akode atu dwa no Midi wo frame ABY busua mejo so Franco Trading Enterprise na ebo ye chidom no wose eba se mobile phone so Ghana ha pa so obi be kasa mikoto mobile phone na wakwati na wajira na wasan Franco Trading Enterprise na chese wunim dwom se ba phone so ayeto ya ye kacho se emfiem yenu emfiem yensa ene bedi a eye Franco Trading Enterprise waji wodi dada oba yeso just phone ne accessories e kamo e won kande de numuru uno the whole Ghana one what so ana papa Franco si da bi me de computer so aba na ma memfa TV nka ho me say wonni akukuduro anasa bonyi wo hunni a wontumi nkofa product bi ma na won kase momfa medin to so na sinipa kro de mo na mfonso oba ho abohwa awakase han na asoma si obenten ade na si wase echi Franco ya Franco TV Ghana hawati bida Franco TV nkaba ye China ni Japan fo no wedin da so we Ghana ni Franco TV ena papa Franco di aba etupe TV ani da ho TV emugyeje TV a chese wo shepu no age Franco TV kama esu da ma obi ehu se eni bie no ebi wo ho no mo ene ye wo Agbeve Herbal Center ebuhye ye mona soap na mona cream ena Agbeve Herbal Center e de abadwa so na mona soap ni ode be ya ne se fadwade na nyinka bone enkanunu sente enyin firi wo ho wo wie na de cream ne srade a ene na wo wie wedia no say so na emperifo a woda Agbeve Herbal Center no say wo ma fotuo fa yade bia ho eju hwe wo chi akwane a so tuom last stop hono mo an wo abo wo sesen ene odu hwa ya sabia de efenie penifo wo ho environment no kwantimi mo wa ya sabia ayaresa ni di bedia no environment no kwa odu hono mo a wo hwe niema ekoso ho na adwo no abusua nyuma na ebo ye chidom ana mi producer so listo wo kwadwofojo abedna gwa asante asiedu ena kwamkule no Facebook live and YouTube Jamestown Jeko ena de yen atomo me da se safidie no odi ato ha ene no ndu mo no ene ye bebie nhoma no wo ye parent a se wo ye parent wo ye obofo wo ba no enhyehyɛ ya mampani se wo de ato wo no anye bia wo hu ne se beboa emmoa ni nyina ye bie nhoma no tuma wo de wadwenkyere eso ebeba bi empani fo makwaba ya ena boko de nyame ado mami hwe jasa ya se na o de no mentehwe so sakasa bi na mo base number mo me da se nse jetua so akwaba ya ena mini aba boko yegu abrabom Me am to me who me freedom and justice a body and Abraham na say mugumu what dress yes what fa ho asi
me da see
abusia ora inoject executive secretary man National Council for Private Schools e wo fi asada so na mini abema Kofi Asare Education Watch Africa executive secretary so and wo fi antuti ne no a empanifo mienu no eni mehase e de afi ora Kofi Asare so ejasai yenhwe enra megiri se wutie mampani ye gina disua honko a hona anwumre yesi po na yahwe ensem a mampani ade twudwa Education Watch for mutie chete yehwe ye no muhu ne sei
yo medical chia etiefo na edikan no yakai say 2 weeks ago a week ago mampani enam the minister so at a committee. So committee no discuss modalities for reopening schools. And in me say yeah trainer committee na rejume and now I'm able to say modalities when you emphasize be school. And until yes yet to anamo Education Watch and action aid. Your project be a covered back to school campaign. Near monitor the reopening of schools since July and I monitor over 200 schools. I reported I already. The launch happened the command minister and the committee no. So in discussing modalities for reopening schools no, among consider your recommendations no. In the night you say you cut through the process. Committee need the finance ne bar. Now the command man penny say that minister the kind no man penny. I'm making the input and that's what sanction whatever they will say. Now yeah there you and you know you say my opinion also say you be school not because now you name your name if you contact your colleagues say teacher union so much so be so much you contact your colleagues obi
ase wonim ho hwe na mo no sane ya wo kan no mo twro bibi e de command penifo se mo be fa adwen bi a mo mfa nkom de enti na wo ka se obi anim ho hwe mo yi na duru ho da ben mo nkrata mo de call se mo ya dwen ye na duru ho da ben
just a committee na nkasa crampo no omo ma come be next week towards next weekend kra omo nyang enwie kra
committee ni nwie o madwuma eti unim committee no ho asem se ya te committee no because me na me hu ya was say ya set up a committee for the reopening of schools
exactly
so ma sha se ye o madwuma no eni ankoho no mo but who dey mu follow hu say committee no ye o madwuma o mo je adwentire nyina wo mu
committee no yo madwuma ye mamo time some send no report time na next week and this week
next week
I'm say 16th for that ben
no 20th
20th cramp
20 time cry
time now so next 2 weeks cram into yeah contem what you say committee no munya yo madwuma cram we cram 20th ton into na ye nim say committee the report come on mampeni 20th now mampeni it take a decision based on the advice of the committee into no near will be at the committee no into yet say about say I was say school October year na nyanka crime your contact your colleagues or more private schools almost they've not been involved in any such decision your contact teacher unions almost into no into yen to me answer the written in here I buy then it decided to maybe a school I buy around with my atlas and name no initially no there are two scenarios be in analysis no let's share the ministry no the first one was that the trade say across the sub-region no we say about 6 countries in you dwelling on the sub-regional comparisons no in getting the best practice out of countries so I know for say omo ebie school asana ye bie school as omo school okay but omo ebie school omo tro omo ase omo ye wi se ye wi ai e no masan ebie main school ni na enti model 1 na ekoso West Africa ha ne se amanfo ebie omo school ni na omo kono in shifts ebi kwa na fa na bia kwa wi okay but model 2 a Nigeria for so consider and say ye mbie school ye be cancel academic year no na ya pass obia for the next year enti e next academic year last year January na obia promoted automatically na say academic year no you cancel from term 2 options 2 na na yewo enti no near government ayen say why hybrid ne say or say form 2 for junior high school and senior high school or monko school enko we third term any second semester na on no mass promotion to the next academic year into I hybrid na hybrid no you want the pros and you want the cons one advantages and disadvantage advantage the woman say a science is see only one stream pen also monko school no ya te say in some countries no second wave of infections start to make a COVID no and when say o ka say o experiment with a slim a smaller population in school now you say ma an opportunity say o be gauge how COVID no second wave no e be affect Ghana in the next few weeks and a month. So that by that time no you would have taken a firm decision say you will be in a January and as in January and had advantage. But the disadvantage is say already no learning loss no from March learning loss no soon. And a learning loss no difficult to catch up. I'm sure we be. Yeti hai.
Yeah no wa ma brofo no aba fam.
Okay.
Na che free o ka say learning loss na che free match busumi no enkwada no ade a wahwere wo wadesua mu no say yenko school yensua ade ne we no eno na aka say eso.
Ya hwere 1.5 terms. Okay. And now 1.5 terms no. E o mu say ye Ghana Learning TV. But Chrome have 5 million households in electricity. About 20% of Ghana in electricity. And the one crash on electricity, want to be nya TV, no, when you're Ghana learning be ahead. And the apart from say learning loss, no, yeah, postponing reopening, not yet train learning loss. Apart from that, no, yes, it depend the divide between rural and urban areas. And the Akwalana way crossing, no, already the quality of education, no, already a poor compared to New York, but sir. Postponement you know why didn't sagabrin because ni o krokasem no onya TV hwe onya internet otumi access content ezisua de but ni o krase ni de sane mo nyina ha den oni ho eni no ye widen the gap between the but last week na me field a launch report no ade ba kwa strike here say 20% of schools now sample record cases of girls around me pregnant. Are going to be back to school.
20%.
20% of the schools sample 200 schools. 20% of the schools no. I record pregnant girls are going to be back to school from 3 junior high school and then from 3 senior high school.
And kwadanu ko fie na anu ade no. Omo ko fie no. 20% man anyim. Na
20% no. Yebisa almost say what was the cause no. About 78 to 79% no na ye pregnancy. And I remain in marriage. Now, you share your system now. You were I didn't find the okay, but I won't go to the re-entry. But the point I'm saying making say,
a honu here ye baby a waboso no. Musan call ye and kwada ye betron so no. Ye chesifo ye betron so no. Or musan ba ya ne was on betron so no. Muhwe mu na chese emma ewo mu no. Wo hanche mu aduonu ansan ya ama. Ena mu ko mu no. Makohu se ebi ye mano efanyem ene dodo na anyem ena ebi so ho no mo a wo makọ ware
sana bai
ya wade a ya hye body ama wade anasese
ai ena inti district na we see no ebi ye bongo ebi ye boga e wana na omo high numbers e wana schools bi wo report between 2 and 4 students are omamba omo find out na say onyema na say you go so tracer to get to know the exact social circumstances near there. But the point I'm emphasizing is 2014 tama Ebola ba na you close to schools of Liberia alone. It won't be a school no. World Bank and the Malaria Foundation almost year research be about 22% of school for no they didn't return to school again. And they established long periods of closing schools no affecting re-enrollment, especially for girls, because of the pregnancy issue. And we also had the disadvantage of waiting till January because it's July, August, and if it's about trying for 4 more months, can you imagine how many more girls are going to get pregnant? Because there is no engagement with the education process. Chrome had the ABNA obet my extra classes, obet me I hate TV, obet my say, but to come classing now. Nothing is going on there because there's no maybe we are large campaign no acquiring was a sick content no. And that is the challenge. That's the other side of waiting till January. And no way too now I share near comparatively better for you.
Enti mo wo sa records we nyina e wo manimu dada. E na mo san call from koye nhwehwemu na ne mu hu Yesu abeka ho. Eti ne mo de koma committee no a yese wo mo hwe reopening of schools no. Mo gidi na mo recommendations no na ye den na mo de hin na mo gidi say wa me hu say ni nyina no e advantages and disadvantages ebum. Eti Ghana de hin na nanka mususu say empanimfo esanke take decision a kenno ne ade e wose ye
ka de empanimfo among recommendations no you catch up say number 1 pregnancy issues no cost of power and crashing. And until no ehia say girls education unit for or me fiase aya aggressive community level campaign in collaboration with Ministry of Gender, NGOs and media no say there be a content that will promote responsible behavior, responsible moral behavior and sex education no you bet me ama it to me in Kolana as their home. Now you use your various platforms, including the religious faith-based organizations and platforms. No, they have forget this message. And yes, sir, if there's no social intervention to engage the girls, strengthen their assertiveness, and the na. I say train say school be answer na. You be consider question amber school. You be cannot be brinana ya the amber. And yes, I catch you also say. You who say there's a re-entry policy for pregnant girls. Policy we find a re-entry policy for pregnant girls. Now, so re-entry policy for pregnant girls. I dare you say, you create a space. So when you ma, via your sex education stability, me dem akwa oba. But you call and you who say after research you who say under the free senior high school no, impossible say obi benyim na akwa samba because who rush free senior high school anymore. Your ma special student code valid for 3 years. There is no repetition under the free senior high school. Into rural school 2008, also we school 2010, 2008, 2009, 2010. So when you second year now call back, not third year for new year, or code no ashe. Into want me re-enter. And apart from that, you know, so no. Headmaster on your admission at the free senior high school, only computer.
Computer placement.
Re-entry, no, there's no space for re-entry. Until you register with my extra committee and say, Minister, to see a COVID diabetes, and once and 70 starting from next year, echo. Until the my headmaster to me. Now, when you admission when the flag said, girls are more weary on some back, no, or make me a re-enter about chassis from Form 2. No, no. And yes, sir, you will lose a substantial amount of them as a result of the lack of space for re-entry in the fitness. You know, a lot of recommendations in there didn't have
more than no call. You know, me free usunama ba Mr. Jetua Wonomo, but answer na me free usuno system no mo yes say mass promotion no and a beboa yen and as a hybrid system as they say wo ka say mbedin for no na wo hu ne say omaye yi e no na ye ana say the hin na nka ugidi say ye beboa yen
the situation now. The situation no, we are between a rock and a hard place. And I say the effect of long closures no, maka social effect no. The other side then the effect on private education, because you close down private schools, their teachers are not being paid. Majority of private schools are low cost.
Yeah. Be ko ho no mo.
Me cover the kind no. Me cover be senior kind now. Because so what say how will a new alternative the mass promotion no mass promotion the way then so next academic year na class 4 also you na you class 5 free no promotion exams you do class 5 next year bia no you better catch up nyema na uncle say sua wo third term class 4 no
you betumi asensia
when sua untimi nkusia class 5 if you have foundation now here to build up on it when sua untimi nkonkusia class 5 then into no you then you be school January na so first term no mo be 1.5 and I say 2 months of class 4 nema man year now you end up prolonging the normal tenure of the term and I said the academic year and then there will be catch up learning and in the schools
yeah besa ba ho na still no amasembisa no ho anu ye na ma papa ye besa ba moja sai na ya hwe na mamenko Mr. Jetua so Mr. Jetua anopai mi hu se ase wa charge sani anope na wusi kasa no eka the Mr. Jetua that I know enye saa na che say wo mu na no pay de na se ne wasi a charge na edoso eso ase borosu bi saa no eti yenhwe committee ne tena ase no muso mode mu input ko say yeso ya dwennie ya gidi sesi e bebie school na kwanya yemfa so ni private schools no.
Okay, ebi wa mama nchia no watiefo nyina me gi say private schools won be bretie ti mama mfa kwan so nyama nchia wo mo kofino so ye share ya che akwa ba ya ko sisiru ma bra ebi wa asem nyina ne say yesi penifo mi bu bi wa ha penifo say ansa na bo mo chichi be firi so ma baka cho say den chema wuo no ye nyina chi o man panyini kasa wodi kan o kan ye say we be school no yen private schools no yen ntum eno me say committee na last week ana ABY minister eti committee no even committee ni tie kra na ehun sensem bebre but yen nyina yen fa gidi anyim say obi biara a owo ya frene so o medi djuma bia no ye di gidi ni mpaibo eta na chi na etumi akoso ye ni follow oti committee na me send a message call ministry ho pre-tertiary director busa na say na hwan ten na city no so on be get back to me the 3 days time ano mo send a message by say yemfa ye emails ne yen addresses nyina anya den ema wo mo but then na yen council no so ya ye what we called a blueprint for school reopening yen adwene te say de kofima ye ya yen adwene wo school ebie ho now say no here regulations na private schools no ye de akwa share National Inspectorate Board for ase nti ye de krata ni bi koma o mo ne de letter call say per say be presentation ansa kra na ati committee na ansa no mo beti committee no nti o mo ti committee na na yes okay na yemfa proposals ni bi ana krata ni bi enkonkoma Minister of Education, Deputy Minister, and pre-tertiary director. Ye de bi koma o mo ya wa na nya nti say omo beto omo nsa afre yen committee na atie no beto omo nsa afre no mo ni associations any unions nyina ahia nti e ma ye hia say any teacher unions for no so edi nkomo ayo omo nso so adwen tie nura abra omo mpanyini be kasa ye say ye bie school no na ye nwanwa because committee na nkasa afi no makọ 2 sittings sitting edikan criminalization ya free kwaku asari ya free ya free bi wa ya free obi a beka ana ma call the second one na ma identify potential stakeholders and as nipa is o mo engage wo mo ABY meni wo ka say anopay 10 o'clock ye hwe ye email ansa no ma tro krata amayen say yemfa ye input mra about school reopening. And no pay no my bremo letter say mo mfa mo input mra for school reopening. And na no pay. And na no miss letter ni ye date no da ben. 27th. That was somewhere Friday. And no mo de letter na ba say wo ma tro letter say nyame boa ya wada. Yemfa ye input mra on school reopening. And I'm reply say input ben ye man panyin be kan ye no na ye meka bibi foforo. Ana say assemble na yemeka because assembly nyina ne say si ebe bie school a ye wo over 22,000 private schools na wo man Ghana so what kind MS data 2018-2019 na oni bibi setem bia no kofa research work bi every baby de ba na o man say na research work dey obi na aye enti sa research work aye no ye nyuntum but sa information education information management system na Ministry of Education and MS data so kan 49% of the pre-tertiary educational delivery no is being done by private education sector.
But when now as a more cambro fododo
my memory trim
ye ka adisuan hye ye no
adisuan hye
one year be ankra school no mmoa wode boa wo chefe wo mu
wo chefe wo mu
wode boa man wo hanche mu sen
aduanan baako Ministry of Education information e wo omo akachi ho asem na America ho
na che se oman yi ye ka se ye hwa adesua ni nyina soa na ye yi private schools ni free mu a
enye ye na wonim bibi se you yi private schools ni free mu se see ya baby bia mvan say private schools ni choked o de ya research bi ye research bi wo Kumasi Swami on say ye wo demonstration school e wo West school teacher training college na wo Kumasi Wesley College good omo demonstration school okwo ha and another school nso so one in China as school no or the JHS na ma ban okwo sa schools na eben pa okwo sa ampotem ho a it's hardly to survive a private school within that catchment area because the honomono schools inhabit na so mo ti woni nyina hu ni say ye wo school wa ha as say ye ma ye den echo joko ti private school ha e den say obe survive but say ukọ bibi baby to say Kasua we have over 1,000 schools, more than 1,000 schools around Kasua. Our government schools no enuru 200. Yes.
Na say ye fa Kasua say new areas no hu.
Enye new areas asem na ye ka.
Malam Gbawe. 60% of schools are private schools. Malam Gbawe.
Good. Ukọ
60% of schools.
Ukọ abusuya kruwa. Kumasi. The whole abusuya kruwa environs no. A community in itself no. Any public school.
Schools are we na private.
Private. Enti se wo betwa e bia kwan ni mu betwa swami ne techima kwan mu kase aba e bia swami ananse macro ana bremanya ku school dia na wakwa akonya e bia so wo papa wo car na bibisa. Enti mo frɛ won temu nyina is being catered by private education. O bank ha the seat of the government. Emis data na my hu ne say 56% of educational delivery is done by private. Greater Accra na the seat of the government no. 56% educational delivery is done by private schools. I mean at the pre-tertiary level. Enti say ye be kase ebia ye be bie school. Na these setters ni yan consult wo mo. Na no an say ye bie school form 2 for no mon konko treasure sa. Ebi why nso he ben no meti asem no twere wodin nam say na form 2 for dey nso he no mon kotro. O mon kotro second term nso he. Ana third term nso he. Na woni wo kan even na ka for reforms a mo ye na. They don't give priority to internal examination. It is so he no mon kotro. They say we don't get it. Anna say JHS2 for no be kwa. What about private schools in our case say ya? Ebia JHS2 no omoye 30, yemfa ni 30. Because that is even the measure abano de aba. A teacher for kron na ekochiro omade. You cannot run the whole JHS education with that 30 students ne say omonko school na teacher for no enko wetima jiska de eti omoka. It will not work. Sustaining it is very, very difficult. Enti say anopana hu say ebia ye ni abra na eno eka ho.
Enti no senka masemu a wo ka say o afekura ne afrem say momfa mu input ne mra no. Senka ye bo mamane e na nka mudi mu input ne kwa enka mujidi se kwan ben na ban fa so na school no ye mie fi se won hyehye enum de e wo mu se ye bebie nti ye se committee a hwe reopening of schools eti mo na nka madwen ne se
ebi wa ma intro the first thing ne say okay a blueprint na I will share with you there are 4 guiding principles the di kan educational stakeholders engagement awofo akyerɛkyerɛfo adwumayɛfoɔ ɔmo wɔ school mo te sɛ educational consultant sɛ minua sare mo sei no yɛnhyia ne yɛngye wɔn adwen ne yɛhunu nea ɛdi kan deɛ ɛtɔ so bie mo nso yɛ inclusivity yɛn adwen no inclusivity ne sɛ ebia waka sɛ yɛbɛhoro yɛn sɛ devoro no ka bucket bɛhoro yɛn sɛ bɛyɛ what abɔfra a ɔno no ɔyɛ disable measures bɛ ne yɛde agu akwan so de ama wɔn sɛ yɛsi abie school 5th a yɛkan mmɔfra a wɔwɔ senior junior high school a wɔyɛ disable no ɛdeɛ nhyehyɛeɛ ne yɛde agu akwan so de ayɛ den ama wɔn nti ɛno no nso so ɛsɛ sɛ biribi a ɛbɛyɛ biara no yɛde hyɛ mu afei nso so ɛsɛ sɛ because of say yɛn academic calendar no yɛntimi yɛlose 2019-2020 academic year no nti no na yɛho ne sɛ technology is one of the aspects we are living with no ɛsɛ sɛ yɛyɛ biribi a ɛfrɛ no online and offline learning because I will share the challenge ne sɛ si a yɛwɔ mu na infrastructure issues wobɛkɔ west go a make ne nkora ne 100 nti sɛ wɔanya infrastructure when ntima ncho mumu mienu no one reduce contact hours no amana anye say ebia abofra no beba from 9 to let's say 12 o'clock na different one so aye den aba no we na kwa akoto no online so to kwa ebia the books ne materials beko eno so ye kan ho asem ana afi ye can be bit say availability of supporting facilities say ya ye be school no say yenya supporting facilities bi amfan pia ni teacher cry private schools a adwuma ne nkoso aban be fumigate schools no but say schools no na say associations ahoro no timinya contact with other organizations ni etimi di ekamboma ebetimi aboa eno no free ho a ye ba international lessons ti say de na menu asare kan Kenya for abie US for bie ye de ne buy France for de buy de ne buy na ye sua bibi efrim ana ye proposal saade we say first month no October started from October the whole academic year na ye ni bibi say ana say ye she academic 2019-2020 academic year ni nyina ye den egu na ya start new academic year na new academic year so we check old academic year now we want say be ka be 21 weeks na nka old academic year na etimi ayeden etwa it is 21 weeks no ya meche mu new academic year we ni so na yenye more days in school so that I say na yentimi cover ne up because said any can learning is continuous it is about friend is 1+1 wa ha and also usua class 1 usua 1 2 3 kan odu class 2 a okwa akosua 1 2 3 send ye si chiro no ana se send obesi di 2 be kan na akoda ne 3 until continuous ni 2 yi ba ku free ma enye yi and we made all this proposal na etimi abua
no nanka yen shibi nwuse ye kaso yenye mass promotion bia ne omanhua ne yen fanhim
ye be mass promotion ye mass promotion esan say ye wo be 21 weeks bia yen timi an covenant no so 21 weeks no will be spread across the number of months ye can say terms na ye kodie no so na etimi ayeden abua eno ne one option. Now we hear discussion be I won't make it in assumption. And another option is say okay, you can say you're piloting because your infrastructure and your BBA you huni ye. You can say you're piloting. Until now, private schools for home children. There's no doubt about it. I for kasa so Marco school at the end you bet me October no. Yama JHS education omonko. Because omonko ombenya more space. Ewo school mo na tumi abua na se JHS education you know any na JHS education ni kope na is a nursery upper primary and I say nursery and primary for no na o ma close November na ya introduce based on the report na beba wa hanom because we are doing the test drive November near the new ones na akoye den that is upper primary for no akoka ho December na ya the if on KG4 no there very delicate because KG is all case or shed nose mask or kono who could feed the case I could feel the no koyama no shed and very delicate and you be introduce lower primary for no so December no mo nyina ma kwan na they are working on their psychological demands of their learning because they say nkra no one ebi ma lose some papo ebi ma juma ebi papa ma juma bo enti niam nko enti even to get the children to be on the drive of learning no, it's not easy. It's not about the examination.
From near work and nka mo de ne gradual reopening.
Gradual reopening. Now gradual I don't know me say they come two options. There were gradual on say who designing models be also design in such a way say you weigh the pros and cons about it. And then one aspect we also look at it and say yare no any school money free. Yare ni free fee near their school. Into what will be the kind of measurement they say the go akwanso e wo fie na yare ni ntimi ntra so bebre nkoye den enko school mu the ones that we have private schools na ye use busing system bebre ni use busing system congestion ni ade how are we easing that congestion and
someone seminar entumi enura ennamu gidi se anhwe ya demonstration kura betumi abam
assembly ne say only a sector that contributes over 41% of education. Yeah, Juma, can say we have done, we've consulted all the relevant agencies. Meanwhile, and then was sent the letter the abre.
It's nature a demonstration. The
ebebaso,
mobile demonstration.
Ebebaso,
etia wine.
Yeah, the etia Ghana mine, any Ghana bang. Son say, Sawusha, private schools not nefie ache. One stimulus package. Aban share yem boss
ye beba ho ma men kona mene ifes mpani for so entwetwe nkomo owura Peter Patanti ye wo ahoma ne so ma mene no entwetwe nkomo na sane mo kamodie sane obi asie hu no na na ye agie Miss Auntie, good evening.
Good evening, mama.
Boko de
Adom now so
Adom no abi ne de ti Adom FM so e da sese waje yesusu anwumre ye hwe enran sema mampani di tudwa efa school ye bebie enhihye ye abode agu akwamkwan ye wose ofa so eye no no enwo adwenkyire bebre aba ifes mpanimfo ensema mampani di tudwa no mu ne sei
me da se ye hu say from day one ye na dikan aka say ankoran fie no moten no for a longer period, you know, and favorable into advocate is graduating students now final years and non community and a basis and a time can say there are two options available to the government. Either say to also with the partial reopening, you know, which is one group echo 2-3 weeks no na another group our acquire on 2-3 weeks send a bit me clear all the remaining students now for lower primary need we were saying say it was not advisable for them to even go back to campus because academic work in that involving say a little time when they come they will be able to pick up into the second option is you be suspended the academic calendar no na ye nyina ya sha atina sefoforo in January 2021 but them say penifone issue the adria ban say ye suspending academic calendar no na ye 2021 na the SHS2 for ni DHS2 for omonko no so omonko wi academic period na akan why do we say there were consultations ongoing? We do not know what informed the president's position, but we say president now or say they have done consultation and on time out with this particular position. I really a private school Penifoni be and then Nagrat also say they have not been consulted on this particular issue. I think them in this sector, if you want to take any decision. You should be very careful not to take unanimous decision like it seems to appear now. No? But we think in the wisdom of the managers of our education, they think that is the best way to go. At this stage, the decision has been taken. I doubt if the president will come back and say, Becca and or the son drink. Into the position taking is now, fine, to say, I know, so how do you ensure, say, they will be able to be served with the kind of education we want. No, into now you catch GES in the first place. Virtual teaching no one limited to some few television stations. So now no involving a lot of other television stations. No movie. Send a bear mofrano bebre because maybe a uko area has here a television station when I do uko has here a station when you do a station in do it is all limited home to only 1 or 2 or 3 television stations. And what you are doing is you are denying other people from getting access to the virtual teaching now. Nothing. So almost pulling the whole content down. No more re-strategizing. Then focus it now on SHS 1, GHS 1, any primary 6 up to primary 1, and maybe a KG 4 or so. And apart from that, now we go to some communities and so maybe a TV crowd, a big crowd born. So what do? They should now, if you look at when the Ebola crisis in Liberia and Sierra Leone at that time, they resorted to what they call radio teaching. So they can now do this radio teaching in these areas, and after they use community communication systems, those communities, Now, reaching a vast majority of the students, at this time, you have suspended academic calendar, not January. So these are the issues that we are thinking and we are pushing forward for the government to ownership. And then you can be private school teachers for no say. Since they need to know first, now you're uncertain the direction or the way forward that we will go because we didn't know whether they will reopen school or wouldn't reopen. But now we are sure say school end back to January. So the government should now think about ways of cushioning them or helping them to cope financially. I was informed this afternoon, Minister of Finance, I requested some kind of data from the private school telephone, or I almost say, we would reach they will speed up the process. Send a bear, this kind of information. Now, command ministry now say even through LIPO. So through mass logo, whatever kind of assistance they are teachers for for the maybe probably the next 4 or 5 months. Every month they say if the government be able to pay the teachers an amount of money, copy with but if Mammy can't send it, I mean letter another statement from private school teachers for home. You see, baby, I do young. And giddy because so I didn't giddy now nothing I say more brona and for outside the amount I pushy issue no the best solving no now I say swatting
now Miss Auntie humor sem na sabri can because ye can say and na yadishian sheshe no one year ebie ankrankre school no wo contribution towards education sabri no yeba upper primary ne JHS wo mo de 41% na sese nipa we woni na ye ade a eye humobura na se hu ni se owo stake e wade na ye num ti yi ni free mu a enyeye ti bibia ye ne wonyenwu ese ne wo kan se omonto ombo ye humobura say
so ne me kan say the decision have been taken civil society Social Institute of Education Studies we are pushing a certain agenda near best expect affected most they should not go the tangent of threatening and other things. MBI be cheating MIS. But what I'm trying to say is any giddy.
Demonstration no almost so be demonstration tia ban any Ghana no uni say giddy.
Me who say premature because as I told you this afternoon I think one doctor Mary Finidin or private said he confirmed on national television said they have been asked to provide certain information about their employees to the Minister of Finance. So something is cooking. What I'm saying is, you should also understand that this is a private setup. If anything that is coming to assist them, is coming from the public purse. taxes and other things Inti careful the way I go about our agitation in order to convince others to come and join us to push forward for any kind of package. Yeah, war the aboy and private, Me when I'm home from a child of private school, when I know that they are going through serious financial crisis, I don't think well, maybe that is a language I am paying for anything. But for me and from where I'm sitting, I think we should be able to be a little bit circumspect. Now, share the way I carry their message, will get a lot of support from the public, Now the needed assistance, especially the teachers, any the non-teaching staff, you bet me a pushing out on I can. Now, any giddy section, my mention.
From nipa miensa me ne makasa education watch private schools for anamsi for wo fie ene mo ankasa so ifes for ene ne waka e de fanati kuhudu a wo mo so e wo schools mu no ade ba ko a abetodwa ye dadi pefe ne se consultation ananka wo se koso se nka ye agi adwene no NCP ene ma ankoye egbo mu eti sa ade we yi a akoso no Miss Auntie Unyi mi se benya ensunsanso bi ewo adisuan hye so ede how beba
problematic because you see technically the committee na minister necessary up no I mean say time I saw more the recommendation by number. That's what I'm saying. I'm being a little bit careful. We don't know what informed the president's position. But what I say, and I president or not, any among who know, ye nana ye be who. And the way I be a penny for no more 10 and yet noon and I be what we can do is to do a constructive analysis of what the president has decided to do. And as it stands now, that is what I'm saying. It's going to be a little bit difficult for president to come back again and say, I said this, but now me saying I don't think it's something which is likely to happen. We should be looking forward. How do we maneuver our way through this and make sure a little kind of assistance that they needed in order that they'll be able to survive to the January. I think if our focus is all about this, we can have this discussion about not consulting and all those things in perspective, but then we should not lose sight of the broad objective. There are people who are suffering, there are families that are going through difficulty periods, and talking tough and acting as if we will be able to push the authorities to do what they have said they will not do. Would not be our focus. I think that is what we are trying to say, and we really understand the situation of the private schools. There are a lot of things that have gone wrong with them. I think that this is not the time to even go through that. But going forward, I'm thinking they should also find ways and means that sometimes they would be able to push some of these things in order that their issues would be given the needed attention.
Yo, Miss Auntie, me and Faucia say na yenhwe ne besi achie bia no ye besan abamona so na ya hwe kwan befa so akwanimu ye da se anwumre. Abusia Ore Peter Patanti any country director Emma IFES school no onso na dwen ene wode aba na anwumre ya adwentre ye hu eniema maako bi wo mu a yetumi hu se we de ne wo se we koso wo ha sei ankoso eti committee ya yate so mo hwa reopening of schools no de ne ye hu oni so madwuma kro mo nwie ye eti mampaninu anasem no kan ye no minim se free committee no was free hio ho de ye sipo e wo hono mo eye misajetua na ukasa na ma misanti ba mu sipo maye na
me se minua na ukasa no wa che na adwen na yen private schools no yenye se bia ye gidigidi ana bibisa on the 4th of May ana ye de comprehensive report on 94,000 teachers into your Mokama Ministry of Finance.
Anacha se ne all can say yes mum fa data bi mra mo de kodada.
Data ya ma data na ya bre.
4th May.
4th May. And you can't give vouchers no from March, April, May. And you can't in your boom. You call it and 4,300 schools. And no matter submit or mo pay vouchers at the Abba. Teachers are no more na 94,000. Now you are close to 42 million Ghana cedis to pay them for 1 month. I'm just trying to let you know the kind of now we check it gross now. And then yes, a net no eba from to somewhere 38. It means that 42 to 38 no sa yini na ye net taxes are you adema aban. What did they make sure na say? Yes, analysis when Deputy Minister of Finance, Honorable Asabia, let's say Abnasari. Eton in Safre, my ampotam ye presentation when say you hear grant, you hear stimulus package. I think so regulatory flexibility, say be a snake for a tata way, yet way cockot near the ade. Yen training in Emma Mokan up to date. In Janano and Yohano Masendi letter say, Yensamfa, we any tax I would tria, and Nipana at this point in time. Neniabre, Yatimid data we are brew, I be beer, I dear baby. Ain't it, yes, I say, yen private schools near yeno. Yen ya. Maybe say no in one particular, so make us say be a call Yenima Quaco ye bibia. No one no more yet two. MBSSI, my memra a free on the 23rd of March, and your chocrata come out buying. Say you hear stimulus package because you have research work. Yeah, stimulus. You did let ten come out buying or Simonko Ministry of Finance. And MBS are turning are free. A free ho, you say call online. Na you call near call register. You say Mama me sign memorandum of understanding. Near call sign. You say Momra. Na mo ya approver ni akọ ya approver ya yesa juma we nyina to the point say ya call Ministry of Attorney General Department akọ the list of registered private schools in the country from Registrar General Department ama ye dia vet schools ni nyina hu mo certified to even apply minuaba. Yeah, where in a report me maybe I'm dreaming. A year report a year at the Aqua MBSSI. At the circulated among all the institutions. It drew I say, ye chia Adom for 1 city, 2 city, near the Triamo, near the above Facebook, and ye Jessica, and ye say, and ye say,
ye Adom for me.
Yes, sir, you know, processing a chem. Adom and it as well micro one but nina 1 month up to date.
How can they schools and
Adom TV don't say process no match mummy no match nine you are Adom microfinance I say category or our mono apply from 1 city to 2 to you can say 2,000 and no yes you know can you chia and yes madam. Okay, say now the country yentiase because SSS brain no private school in watifie nipa ya wodi 2,000 command on the bosumi de bia okoni dwomo ye den eba yenka se mfa bi command nenzo so bosumi a o ma ye nyina ye application no but time na ye den aso enne ya ye de si abonten se nyame boa wo kina se si am no ka say getting to 6,000 teachers and head teachers and proprietors and assign petition. And tomorrow we are giving it to the president. The petition ni ko near wia na yanti omonka ye besi abonten. E kwa na MBS afo afre yen say omo ye meje ye kan say letter I try say omo disika no be mayen ye free one na me dey be. Na kan say madam
enti mokasa no pay free no pay no afeni afra mo se sika no ye de be mam na say
offer letter na offer letter no omo for omo 10 ni wan ni nyina ye de amamo dada ye say yate we will go on that way ye be kwa koji offer letter no but that does not stop us to petition the government. Say petition they are petition we are still waiting for your offer letter. Enti anadwi ana omo send message to our members and say my application is being approved. You see ate. You see enti the many ane can say nyanto wase no say in so tie upon training oje wo.
na say a free bra COVID-19 yi ba ye no more private schools no munya mo free baby ya
Jenya single help. And we have done our part as, let's say, institution. And you say, "Be I can say we are bull." Say, "See, I'm no to work as a member MBSSI for across the country. Obi our apply amount, or meet me the amount. Obia dear, the cap code, the TIN number, the bank account, everything I can give it to you."
The argument say penny phone should be a private schools no should be no. I say a yedania school no, my ye juma dada ato honomo. Majiji fees in near maybe honomo. Etin kasabria hochra aba no. Ka wose input to be ba.
Entisa.
Kamuntu mintua mo workers ne ka bi so mpese obeyi osika ye hwe na so e.
Entisa.
Etine say.
There were 3 categories of private education in the country. There were elite schools. Our money 5%. As our 5%, you know, they constitute, they perform the quasar type. Once or more local curriculum, the foreign aspect. And there were mission schools. Our money 25%, and sorry, any numakobia so masne. And there were low cost schools. Meaning, no, can't on a year, you can't say UNESCO for a lunch or more, a do more report to buy. So we share, we read the UNESCO reports now. They even advocating say, capitation grant to crown schools near for money then, and count. Obiji 1 city, 2 cities, 3 cities, 4 cities as capitation as the school fees and then the canteen. Capitation grant I'm offering it, no, it is ranging from 4 cities to 5 cities. I mean, to 7 cities. Government schools no. And these schools now, 70% low fee paying schools no. They don't have any means. Say why Jessica de go nowhere. As you can be that or the BB. Because even the setup now, you be quite the fast or the T school now. Now, you said the medical kind environment our one. School ni be near then anyhow and what turning the facility at the art school no
obi wan dine or the aye school no
sa pepe
sa
analysis when your name Minister of Finance atnati aye sa analysis we on the 28th of August the president invited us 28th of August that was 2018. The president invited us and we made a presentation to the president with this. We have met the Pre-Tertiary Directorate of Education. NIB is aware of all whatever we are saying. It's not a news to them. Until this point in time, so what can I say? It is not understandable. Now the air can say ABY. Yes, say, Bemensin Sumansan Waham, ya bread. Because COVID-19 buying, all the institutions are working. Say I'm no buy. Say meet my share no smarts. Maybe I better not get my juma na me call. Some institutions ni na ye na juma, but private schools we have been asked to shut down. Enti untimi nka so being shutting ne juma down without giving such a person any support biya with the man. Matumunsa their friend institutions no ye institutions ni actual letters their bremo all the protocols say ye this one ABY ye this one. But I feel say the sector, even the Ministry of Education, you know what, as we speak now, the Ministry of Education has failed to even invite private schools to hear from whatever we are going through.
Ministry
I'm telling you.
Ye besan aba ho no mame nko minu abema Jonathan Kwame Agin minim se ekule Agin ana se Agin ma ono a ebeto so e de amayen ye kan no ye wo teachers ni bi wo ho no mo a sese ba bi a wogina enye minu abema ichira de e wo private school mu e na wo yire ene ba sese wo se chese ono anasem obeka Jonathan, good evening.
Good evening, Miniaba.
Well, last name no Ajiana Ejin. Ejin, Medasipa. Yada Sawaji so enumering. Which idea our private school? Watch here for how many years and answer for how long and watch idea?
Watch my chat 15 years now. 15
years our private school mo. Na or how we buy ye COVID-19 buy ye nem penny for chese schools na wose wo jaya de kire motena fie kakra no ye twa wo ka 15 years the NHS how de oye pania wo mu ye man kakra bi
Me aba me da ze na eto ne se then e sha se no March ni mu no na ye di kan nya March salary April ye my half na ye se ye ntina fie na ye nhwe ne aban betimi edebeba na in fact it has not been easy. It has not been easy. Do have baby ayete ye focus ya kwa adwuma na yete fie they are behind dying the dying e ka so wo hwe even bo ye du ya na log dying ka so ye e say san tu ya dying ka na wo hwe ahomte enye say ye mu bi ye firu anom ne ye ni papa omsoro nyame a anka ahokyere beba na de nka ye easy fine ye didi mun kakra be seen there. In fact, many about who desire ye fan easy ba kokra.
Entina chesa who say the mo baby a mo no ye mamo half na say April ni ye mamo half na no ano no.
Mami, say na meka no manu si April pe man to aso.
Eti ye hwe May June July eba fem no e wo so ye mam kakra na say ye mam bi kra.
Mami ya nti obi anka. Kopim say form 3 for yi sign by ya eno omope kakra de podre yen is the form 3 for na abanti no say say bibi edit to nsu bi no
enti say ya mmati ase montwen ye bie school na masan ya ba ana sesen
ma me no ka say de me wo GHS enti GHS ne de say ya koma form 3 for ne pe ene wo de ye ko na so friends nia ye bedi nia ye be no ye fuka akọ edwuma akati ase say de man no ya chemu be ye 9 na ya ma ketwa bi say de fatu to bibidi entende say ye ko ye bi busa mi nan fonom say na omo primary no omo bedi den ye mpu na ye GHS ni ni primary for no den no mo bedi easy
eti moko ye JHS for omo ebetwero nsɔhwɛ no ba no a ye frem back no ye sama mo half na say ma mo full salaries no
mami endu half
say kura half no kura enuru
ya chum be ye 9 ene ye ma bi na wo yere ne ma han dan to eduane fo ka ko school mami enye easy
kwa me fonsia na me na wase eno ana ye gusu so adwen efa ho no abusia Jonathan kwa me Ejin private school teacher na ya tene nka no na chese ne omuwum eno no eja sare me san emo akwa babio a ye de to aso me gidi se what private schools for asem omo ka demonstration na me ya dom e free chine ekono from omasem omo kan de na chese eden ya bosia no e ka se ye de be ma no won sanka bi sese so nhise ya ye so a omuhu so eti demonstration e na beba so
yo I'm say medical can say private schools no yeah approach towards them no a bit unfortunate I'm not for private
yeah okay say yeah approach na say abanya
towards omo the mindset say private schools no more private you know omo na elite schools and then because they be say majority of schools na schools are apart from say omo low cost private schools no omo schools are omo located in areas bia they are a matter of necessity not choice enti say oko amasama na say oko to private schools you know because amasama hono assassin you public schools in here so okwa shaman kwa kaswa okwa agogloshi na akwoto mo hono ma because there is no land abandoned Mrs. school enti no mo ko hono enti so what if you find yourself living in that area what you hono mo a na so what about private school I don't just want to wint you we need choice bia and depend school area because aban air plan sakro no o man plan enough space IBC schools e wo hono mo enti so wo ye adwuma na your member utua tax na so wo ye adwuma na wo dia odo back school hano kosa school na say ban say aban e close down all schools e kan ben so na omom ye dwon sa company no be fa so didi ye na your Ghana ye lucky Ghana down just 3 weeks per anka ebinimu aban e bie Ghana ajana banka say enye possible because of the way accommodate amount for no also I buy a big Ghana back, and I buy big Ghana. And if I not to say you close to down company for about 5 months, if I not 3 weeks of lockdown, no, you said you suffocate here. If I compare about 5 months, I a local company down. I say 5 months to 5 months and counting because you still have no end in sight to when your company will be reopened. It is a weird more no more that hopefully you have. And you know, yeah, maybe I'm catching up for say, yeah, discuss private school issue now. Don't look at the school, don't look at the owner, look at the staff. Majority of private school staff, no, most of them are young ladies near there. For low cost private schools, they be one man very developed into no only collective bargaining agreement. What I say, you tell them 200, 300, 400 because I'm not 2 cities a day. Any idea? Into no money organize collective bargaining agreement here. Near other public schools one and other more established private schools one. It is a local school, all child school be say be easy job agosi. Now I could tell 350 Ghana cedis a month. Now and also I now your closest school down one. Men dream school na no. Men dream when our musica, open the see that musica. Men dream school na no. Dream near all your staff now. Or no so over dependent, no. What that's our general. And you see it was car. Now it means the zika a year free a man kola and chafo. It means spending about 50 million at the year at the 2 a man for man and I all lockdown now. At the intina. And Kofona you close on business down because you feel say I was say a mask school for a safe. I was say a man and Kolani safe into your close school down. I don't think some Kofono mom something to atone for the closure of their businesses. Why should it be an issue? I mean, we shouldn't be discussing these issues. There are other weightier issues we should be discussing, to be honest with you, because we shouldn't be discussing these issues.
Nachasa ya kasi de ani be hwe musika omunya no a ahwe ya ye bedi nwansra ho ahi na ya biriye kuro.
Musika onya de yasem ne say nkofo na o my employer mo no omo ye dmo private schools because I buy into me employer mo. Many of them are graduates, but buying to me employer bia. I buy say oh he has support from the private sector. Indeed. And now Oxero Kaya, no, you have 36,000 private schools or Kruma, and you have 42,000 basic schools, almost 49%. And it means that they play a critical role in education service delivery. And to say, you better share about 100,000 staff, no, or as only almost crampona, you better share Omunina or my Ashramana. Have we thought of how it will, the effect it will have on continuing education next year? You be school general, you may have done one. Na se ba se teacher for no child dey hunya no almost say man chair can't you available and child dey more. Do we understand what it means by looking for new people who come and teach? What about the experience of magazine in Nanya? There are a lot of things, but apart from that, let's look at the humanistic factor. See it mitisika et near a mo 50 million krom hanu omra ya near mo severe amount for mudi to the tune of about 50 million Ghana cedis. Now you say you're humane pa. Yes, on my ultimate is 50+ million. And near my man conform to you know because of convenience. Oh about that pa. And to say you're humane pa there. I didn't know or more. Nipa be 100,000 now. Or more you're closer on movement to your market. I didn't know I had show master the fire. I didn't know you're trying to and why should it be the case? And how many Ghana for now? And then to me feel say I mean, I was say you should be saying we shouldn't be stretching it beyond what we've got into. A longer do. And they should do the needful. Now, make sure intervention, it doesn't only come, but it comes at the right time. Say there, yeah, you bet me, I assure say, Obia and Koso could be a school because of Sikao here. A band say, I'm trying to train, but December, no. Say, I bet try to December. I bet to the school, see what I'm going to try to do, Mudia. On first Canberra. No from almost staff no, so that they will keep them at work. Then they can plan towards the next academic year.
Yeah, that's it. Just sorry. Now, parent be message or day about CBY. And your private schools nina, and na Sabria make us a school fees no money. Me ba private school are okono. We say ye free be virtual education. Wamu ji fees no in full. Ya chese yente so. Ena ofofo so de ayo de aba o se e friend no ejewa say ebiwa me ba ko rich school no mo ye gi fees no se nkwada ni hia de so mo hia de no ye gi fees no nipa kro wo bie wa no se wo kasa ene ye see you ba no efiri hono mo wa bra ye nkyere nkwada no ade
won se na me ka se yes analogy na e na ye mistake science private schools no se wo kọ wasa ekropon mpapa krase kodwokrom nkwantanan ye school private school area ho na aban government school bi ni ho ho no mo want to e-learning crampuda because light ni ho it is what na say now as you say private school bi at say research na you are making a mistake because the majority of private schools no as a matter of fact no are anti research majority of private schools no omo ni the capacity to organize e-learning majority and we cannot take a decision based on the few minority that's the issue
omupo a senior okay no omo gi sika se akwada no wo ma school man kire na de but so hu ne se manyi sika no a teachers ni mintumi ntua omo ka etisa wo bana bo so ma yo fees ndi e wo se utumi utua na me so matumi dia sustain school no na se abanya amamu a ni ebe tani akoye no schools no omude omu ne se wo hia yen denya apese oba ne ka school mu ha o magi school fees no
because there was some try say o metiom teacher for the kameboa we your employer bo so me so how will you feel into wo so wo ahihia mu into say wo so go the extra mile bank when am bo say faculty teacher for loan bank when am loan wow into say wo so wo ye try as much as possible say obe maintain teacher we your employer na say wo school the least you want to do is to leave your most prized teachers. You don't want to leave one person over lose one more because when to me an year for to be no more qua or to have a family of years I've been trying to go there. That when our school never get back to the level. Papa don't try or fair or so I tried there 15 years. 15 years. So we are an employer. Now we are torn between a rock and a hard place. I don't know because we in a disca. Because you want to retain the man or qua 15 years of experience when you go ever. And into no young fire who show shoes say employers and academic na okay fine sunshine from
abujenche ye na ye be my parents no abamu na ya hwe because messages e bi a sha ase de ba na utumi say parents dodo na so no enye o madwe so o makoro mo de o mbesi school se nka ye bie ye kora nka o ma general frimpon de ye ode aba wo se enti no ebi wa mpesa mka che ye say private schools teachers no ye nya sika ntua woka enti se COVID-19 wo ho se ni ho no yemfie ma no kogu school mu ho no mo saa na omko tete yade no asem ampesa mo ne ye ka na nwumre no da bi wutia antigen we say suggestions ne bebre aba kwan yanka betumi afa so den so wo hwe ne the tone of the message ne dia na che se wo no se nke nden kura nka o ne bade o ma ne nko na no yeso dia ya wode aba o se bi why dia na private schools mpedimfo yi ka kire yen wo mo se yemfa ye mano emre school mu wo sa COVID-19 abri we ya amanya hodo e sha ase so ye bedie nkwada no nkono ye hu se yade na ekosoro wo ho no mesere o ka che o mo se emma so ye mano wotifie kwabenya eno no wode na dwintie efri aba beto aso ebi out of kwadwo tete wo se ebi why mehwa mu free ashaman mo ntoa adwuma pa mo ye so mo man Ghana so no ma ye papa na unim ejejetia message amensa kano sabri no na chese wabra swafo ye ohwo mayi adehia mu nsem so committee no we inaugurate ye committee ya yese omonhwe reopening of schools no mo repa wote so ni mfonyi na bo hodendende na esa mukura mo wa na msini wo committee no so wahu
minua ye ewo mu nyina ne se ye wo conference of heads of private senior high school eno na minua IK mensa edi wo manim ana ye wo private schools association eno so ye proprietor for eku ana ye wo Ghana National Council of Private Schools eno no ye adwumayefo mo private schools ni mu proprietor for awofo omo private schools na aka ye ho aboma ye sa council no enti aye ni omu nyina ye ni ministry ni di dwuma enti se wo betro ebia wo be yi ekoemu nipa baako e de na kọ board bi so na committee bi so a ese se wo tro krata de bre associations no your foundation for education research department fed for wama for West Africa Montessori omunyina ho
na emu ko no modoso
on say department enti osa odi krata aba na ye trase kan so okay kofi koneko represent ye mini na so fo hia anwumre mbuso omom so munim ho hwe
eti rep no
kwa na okọ ho no mo no
because we no awahye ni suit political suit and what mansoma no
yansoma no ono a onim say all the associations
na munim na de
oh ye ni mo no
munim no
ye ni mo no
yo de say
o de IK Mensa
aha eti no na ministry no na appointed no ana say then we copy
e wo mo ne say IK Mensa ye president awo senior high schools asam no so aye kan no KG asam sa de kopam senior high schools one asam na ye den ye kan ananu say Ghana cry say private senior high schools no cry ye den egu ankasa because they say ntimi nyina bi free SHS ba yinti enti number ne so what say okokoyi say ni ekuo no ni pa say o me represent all over 22,000 private schools are many ba na even it is not fair. Because so my representation into that committee no cry na I think at least 2 reps and not 3 reps also Ghana Education Service some 4 also
and no dear senior wa wunim say you want to mean ka say do na the point in say na say kono call ye no mo madwe pono cry no
I even have a message
onim no what na ho
yes I even have a message here. I'm sending him director of private schools. Can say director for pre-tertiary. Say who is representing private schools over there? What more pay information? Cross sending letters. I made him away. My men on say information. Man, on family. And even the representation in the crowd over there, no, were not properly consulted. And it never be brain. Akoso. Na de Kenya na say committee no kra no say hwan na tiwo ni nyina eye na committee no eye na dwuma am ye hu ni say dwuma omo ye no kɔ no pepepe na yen so ye de input akɔ te say o ma cho letter de abrɛ ye minim say wa hu letter na o ma cho letter de abrɛ ye say nyame bo aya wada ye mfa ye input emra na what kind of input na ye de kɔ. Because you can't declare say school no form 2 for 5th October. So mo koye den mo ko try them so
ebi anu ntini esemomra no ya was a parents no so ya ji o madwen because one say o ma sha se de adwenkyere ba parents ni bi enti ase
mami kan tell
mami fama homa no ntudwa na fa ibra mu abusua ubetumi afre free sabri kon number ye de adwuma nwume no 0302216561 utie ye wa sempos Adom FM oni nyina eye bani ni shudwuma die so nie 0302216561 and answer 0302216562 ubetumi afre na wo de adwenkyere bi a wo no se wo ye parents se wo de wo fa ase bi ko school ni e ba bi a no ubetumi e de aba misa je tua
yes ye no ma wo awofo ma me ma awofo omo e ma wo private schools omo complaining ade no omo ntin ase enye private schools
pesa wo jebre na wo kire no mpa nti wo de ma me fa afrefo no ye de ni nyina be ka hello Aja udi ni be afrefri Aja
again
yo Aja ni moto asoma yen
wajuma
ejuma dase
asemi ya mukanya omun tiashi menti o machiu tena na onzo mfa ne penye bibiu ono siki advice free baby no diaba doctor fondo on beka no na onzo gira so no ye kenya abotrese 6 October no yibibia omuma yimi na sumdwe nya den emra ko so nkwala no o ma nyini die na nso o ma dwene se den nyini pisa nti yabeda dom kakra na yade niema tutu akoyam se de be ya ontimi ayi na private one ne ebi wa hamiu private one o ma trafia che this is about kuti fie kom dia na de no ti aba no ye na onye hu bibi kakra
yo yada se ejani mo na no ye anwumre na ni abrepa na no ye se ebi wayo wo ya we se e-learning no mo se ye no ye tua hu sika ma chechefo hello
hello
eja udi ni ba bia frefre
ma me majo
mejo so eja
Your friend Musumuro Domabe.
Yo, Mientio.
Yamisha, Najma Power, Maminja, President of Kufuado. Yamisha and Baby. Mommy, always say, private schools are some year come. I say, a binomon in Chia CE. HSA. Among for fees, say, Ebia, Yariano, a cocra, na say, a new. Intimate private schools for Omonia Butre. Omonia Butre, HSA. So, Omoka say, a common do teacher for Nansane, who teacher because announce a Moko school, no be back or Yaru or Cia. And also the assembly for Bebro. Intimate say, Omonia Butre, name secondary schools for no, private schools, secondary schools for no, any university for no. And I say, Omoga can once a mumu Nanka president, ama omonso akobia, and Kanumu me Gidisa and Numuye. My master make a mention about basic school. But those who had you fear not there, or fear not a headache not there. But who could you see? I know school more for no fire reba, and also as a fufu. And the master private head teachers and headmasters and say, Omonya Butre. Na enye gidigidi so mo koka say they say e binum nko na ana say government schools ni yeti omoka enti
yeah that's menu e wo dia ba hello abusia ye besan afa afrefo no de obetumi afre na wo de wadwen aba ma me hwe say watumi aba so hello eja udi ni ba bia afrefre Yo, mini ada hu ye na to asoma ye se ka so afo hu ya.
I think that they are not an econ. Okay, school education, castle for castle, and casa, schools are obey to me. As they are saying, private school is taking all of them. And think it's a COVID, but it's so after private school, then away of teachers, maybe open academy 16 years. As they are saying, we are that way to framing one to another and holding way or breaking our binding that it didn't come. Crazy and look be an uncle in the idea so much. But then I was at you another 4 months. That is among a day. Oh, I think, sir, and yes, I'm going school no more. Teacher for no more private school, so more than private school. A private school like crazy. And there was a high oil thing to form not private teachers. We can so much
yes, yeah, that's Minia or Odia would day aba eho. Hello. Hello. Abusha bet to me after 0302216561.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Eja. Udini baby afrefe.
Yambato me your friend Nanadoku. Free Sema come to 11.
Yo, Nana mi enti
People told me bisa and penny for no more honest. So munya profit ya. Omunya profit ya. Omuni are buying a channel. And your money are buying a chair. In charging tin or for so government in say still no omu demand sky a day. That's the honor. And you're fine. Because minimum lady be on also what shall be any be. Now, there no what 3.5 near the man. No, so will be super aqualani one aqualani pra. One the best aqualano. What they are here? A profit or my jenny no. A woman account to me. It's not having no money state government on. Won't you and won't you now? Demonstration, a bed demonstration at Tiawam. A freedom or a writing or can will be our no point so until an Madam, but what's in American accent?
Eja also send your can so be our quantity na dua adwunche ye bi na ade benti to aso.
It's no come and to mo yam. Abani ni enye chenchina so onye de wontie scan be mine de ema wom. Scan bi wo ho de be ma wom. It's no kan de enye adwuma.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's minu awo so dia wo de aba. Hello. Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Eja udini baby afrefe.
Everyone, I am Kasha Fitabora.
Yo, nana to asomayen.
Everyone, my memo abaso. o boduma Yakopon Chapa, Mema Madukua, also Chia Papa. Everywhere. A private schools. Everywhere me Chelsea car or Mojia. And Kenyan so union motor say abandoning Santam scam from home. Me back with me mommy no private school. Na feeding fee ni nyama books books are omo be discount be give through some about books keke no anye skaket fa. Everywhere books are your ton 1 cedi e wa bonten no. A teacher for no be ton book no back one. A private school for be ton book no back one about 10 cedi. 10 cedi no ko ba outside da on be trust book no 1 cedi. Enti ska omo ji feeding fee ni ade ne omo ji we no omo ji we enti no omo ni fee ska ni bi and omo say sufra aban say aban sometimes sika e fa mo money edwai ya besra me back of private school na sika omo ji free e kono anya sika keto
yeah that's
it feeding fee dey sika wo betua e wo feeding fee ho anya sika keto
yeah that's minua ewo odia ba ma me fa we entwa to hello
obi wa we do nya ma o di betwa to ampa o se ko jokum na usu ni o
yo na usu to asoma yen
ya mi eboda ne nsusu ye be fa ni sa ayi ye say next MPD Bernard Bay ye say ye di ne ba na ye hu ye koso se ko jokum ni dia west any ceremony me da wasi na me kan ma sam kitu abi dia e dia sumje be ba no na o say ye kan mani as the one, you may work for your next year, and Kola be generally, a dinner be big. I am who to be, so I jam in his hands, and I look for the baby, and I know bit because I look for the nursery, Baumia, let me think it, I go for the nursery, dear, party benefit another boy, but now, let's take a photo, we don't cry.
Yeah, that's it. Abusia, yeah, they are fair for no ABCA, Mr. Jetia. So mna to asoma your parents no consent say
so say di kan say ye schools no ye gu ahoro miensa ntie bia ye nuanom omo ka say no omo school omo ko early schools ni bia na ko early schools ni bia ahwe experience a obefa mu no wo de betoto afoforo ye den eho nti eno omadwen no omachire ba no kwasem a ewo asem ni mu no na ya den yaka no because sa low fee paying schools no ne sa early schools no o de compare enye yi ebia won category o ye den oginemu sa breya ye kan say won se bi mo kire ana omoji school fees omoji say sa teacher for no mo ho no eno na edi tu omoka teacher for say akra no mo ye sa online a di kire ni ade
ye nyem fan to ho for that
sa ana o hwe quality education say bia we to book ba ko 1 cedi na a private school say 10 cedis ni ade a e ba ko fo amone bo me papa ne kan nipa akro ba ko wetima ba be kan nsem bebre but wo ko na uputu into perspective abi won say bia asem no entisa na say eden etisa because private we have some what you call quality education e bi ni say wo hwe school selection aban dia ba say category A schools no private schools ni twa ne bebre enya kwan akonti wo relocate 30% dey am category A schools. So what you say? In this I would obey call private school. We have something called value for money. Now say wo kwa konye bi papa dey aye every ho. But situation where aye kan ho asem media e different from sa nsem no ye den e kan.
Na senior parents ni sure say COVID-19 mu se ye nkan wo manwum na wonko etinki ebie kura nka omma.
Minia yare we yare aba ne yen aba betina. COVID-19 has come to stay. And as human being, as I say, we pay the best option to go so that you can manage the disease and your odada, odada, you may do so betimi ayeden. Akoso. Ontumi nka say ya COVID-19 abanti COVID-19 abano enwumasua ye ntwam
etika ye bia nka muni mu teachers na ye ready say padanu protection no
eye enhihye nkra protection dwumadi ese ye die ebetima abo nkra no ho ban ene ade no ya san hye ni nyina to the extent say even the council is been working with other donors near other partners self fumigation near disinfectants materials no on the schools no na regularly ometimi actually school that is it
mamenko Mr. Asare so na eja Asare me pese nkwada mmayewa no a mukohu ya o se na emu wo hanche mu be se aduonu ama ebinyem ye de bia ma wade no eno mu ni ministry no ma get in touch with the ministry say ye wo mo ehwe ma ne mofra ye die so anasa education ministry no mo ni omo akasa fe no ho.
Somebody can any action need. Yes, any joint memorandum with the Command Minister of Education, Ministry of Health, Ghana Health Service Director General, and Ghana Education Service Director General. And our committee no more handle reporting, so you did copy common, and I did report and Kasanga so copy among. Now you be stakeholder discussion on the report no.
Okay.
In September we are, and then, you know, that's going to be a much broader discussion on the report no. Okay. Do what na say a friend ministry na so mba dia omba ye be den ye ne omba ye.
O say Mr. Jetua can be say nkoma ye ready say ye be school no a but parents ni so be sure say there be yade na nko ye they are looking at near see or elsewhere say ha say ye be ye no say na niema call ya nko ye se na ye ka say ye bia enka ye bia tum say ye bi obi anko a
na me di kan say ye de ne ekoso ina no ene say sanka ade anka private schools no muni ahohia musa ena anka ban 80 om teacher for ne kama mo anka obi abetwen aban.
Okay.
It's a time of see B school no in B school. Ninja make us say sa synergy no it will missing. Synergy ne say sa kwala ko primary 1 or private school or tifia. Na sa kwala ko primary 1 or public school or school and yes and no any say ye B school may be no more. Na ye may be no more that nephew. But sana learning loss no ye widen inequality in the woman. And no ye sikasem into say aban e so much for nasene almost so much no much for ne car. You be trying January no na you na be school at the same time. So the bear will be any day. Obi we start me kan sa
obi nkonya obi me enamase na yenhwe ne ebesi committee ne say o masetena no munya yi o emfa ho ne ne mampani dia betwidwa no committee on reopening no o moda so ye adwuma no eti ye behwe o mo so reporting ba bi o mo de be for mu wie a hwan no o mo de koma no eno so ye besan aba ene da de besia na yadamase abusuan panimfo mienu ena nwumre ye ne wo esi adwa Owura Kofi Asare Education Watch Africa oni executive secretary ye odano ena Owura Enoch Jetua so executive secretary ma National Council for Private Schools onso ebeboa ye Owura Peter Patanti ne woni aka nyina no ne nyina eye se enkwada no a ye se one sign ko from 24 DHS and senior high school one sign ko eho ensem sani empanifo ehu ne fa me gidi sebabi atie bia no wati bi afabia tukotodwem na edi mbesia ne adamase wo wutie ye wo ahwe live wo Facebook aseda ne nkoma mu nyina Franco Trading Enterprise so ye da wase papa se na Franco TV adawroma enkwada yi wo mo esua de TV so nyina no Franco TV eboa wo na Agbeve Herbal Center Mona Soap na Mona Cream edamase mo amutie free asempa na Adom FM so no yankopon enka yi nyina ho ne ensan enhia biu me producers listo wo kwadwo for jo abednago asante siedu kwam kulenu na Facebook live Jamestown Jeko na de atumu abusha madam ase ma monitor munyimi phone na medin ABY.
The decision has been taken by the Education Service